Okay, this is a reaction to taking the FE civil exam, and I have my glasses off because it happens to be that they're making my eyes feel strained. It was actually an easy exam to me because I've been used to the Berkeley level exams, and also I studied a lot for the FE, so I made sure I didn't screw up anything. It was very straightforward, and I actually finished with 20 minutes left. With 20 minutes left. So people tell you should. I don't even want to go into it. I feel like passing out, to be honest. Oh my God, it was. You really had to just keep going and going and going and going and just boom, boom, boom. Just one calculation after another. Didn't matter. Like probably the last 30 questions, I thought, you know what? If I don't know this thing, just put what's most reasonable and then move on. So, oh God, honestly I feel like passing out. You don't even realize the bloodstream in my brain feels like it's like all concentrated in near the I don't know like the side of the head, and I don't know. I just took like 3 Tylenol, and yeah. So I think I passed the exam, but we'll see. I'll post a video on that later, if I do. Anyway, I think it takes about 7 days to get results, but wow. I mean, I think they had some interesting structural analysis problems, but I thought that they made the statistics problems a little bit too challenging. I thought they should have just made it basic. That really kind of put me in a weird position. I was like, okay, what's going on here? And it really didn't help me to move forward on the exam, but I think things worked out in the end. I think I put things that were pretty reasonable. Like every time I did a calculation, maybe about 3 times. 3 times it wasn't the case. Matched the answers very closely. Probably because their calculation was different, but basically, I did not realize what it was going to be like to keep going at it for hours and hours, and then by the 5th hour, you're just like, what's going on? You feel dizzy and everything just seems disoriented. But I think I passed. Now, if I'm going to take the PE, I don't even want to know what that's going to be like, because you're going to be doing all these timber design calculations. You're trying to find what CC, CV, and all that. Multiply this times this times this time, and then you got the safety factor crap going on, and oh man, it'll just make you want to collapse after just maybe even 3 hours. So anyway, thanks for watching. I thought, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, but the surprise that came to me on the exam was I didn't know it was going to be I thought it was going to be a little bit more plug and chug. You had to be a little bit clever in your a little bit more clever than plug and chug. So sometimes it was like there was some formulas, and then other times, but then you might say, well, you just didn't find the right formula. Well, not necessarily. I think they really wanted you to think about it a little bit. Like there was one calculation where it was like a weighted sum of 3 different variables, and I thought, oh my God, really? Because the thing with that is there were probably 10 data points, and so it would have been insane for me to calculate. And so instead, what I did was I did a trick, and I said, okay, well, how are the other data? How are the other data spread compared to the mean of the first data, the other 2 datas? And so I realized, okay, well, it's close to the mean, but it's gonna be like a little bit less. And so I was able to answer the question that way. But then again, it was like you couldn't really tell off the bat sometimes, just based on that conceptually. So what I did was I put it in the calculator, all the points, all the data for table 2 and table 3, and then I got a standard deviation, and I sort of like had a sense for how it was relative to the mean and how that compared to the mean of the first set. And so I thought, okay, well, you're kind of like a little bit below here, a little bit above, so you're going to be just a little bit below for the first portion, because it would have been insane for me to do a weighted calculation with that. It would have this times this times this plus this times this times this plus this times this times this plus this times this. You see what I mean? And so, although I guess it's not that bad, I have to admit. The problem is the manual dexterity, because when you actually type it out, each table had 4 digits. So if you were going to do something like that, it just would be insane. So that was probably the worst calculation I've ever seen in my life that you had to do by hand. Like, why would anybody do that? But anyway, thanks for watching.